The first kind of wave that's produced from the focus of an earthquake, your book calls and seismologists call P waves or primary waves. Now, there are different waves that come off of the focus. Both P waves and S waves come off, but let's talk about the P waves first. Can we do that? Your book says that P waves are the fastest of all the waves. In fact, they're the waves that you would feel first on the surface, the P waves. You would notice them. They are a push and pull type of waves. They are an up and down type of wave. So, for example, when these waves reach the surface traveling at 4.2 miles per second in the deep crust, 4.2 miles a second in the deep crust, and 3.6 miles per second as they get closer to the surface, they would make that building go up and down, sort of like they're doing this on their toes. Up and down, up and down. The P waves would cause that kind of a reaction to that, or the building would react that way to the P waves, I should say. These are the fastest waves. Let's illustrate real quickly how P waves react. And I'm going to need Samuel to help us with this. Could I get you to come up here, Samuel, for just a minute and help us with this? And would you stand over there, Samuel, for just a minute? And I'm going to have Samuel hold this spring at the very end of the table. Could you do that? And hold it tightly for me. Just stretch it out like this and hold it close to the surface. Can you do that? So our students watching can see as well. Now, we're going to imagine that this is right here would be the focus where the earthquake begins, underground. And remember, P waves are a push and pull wave, and they travel 3.6 miles per second when they get to the surface. So if I take a bunch of this spring like this, and remember what will happen where the earthquake begins along a fault line, it snaps back to the original position, doesn't it? Rocks with a sudden movement snap back. If I let that go, notice the push-pull in that. Let's try that one more time so our students watching can see it. You can illustrate that very easily with the spring. Let's try it again. Can you pull that a little bit tighter over there? Can you do that? Okay, let's try it now. Stop. Good. Notice the back, the push and pull, the up and down movement of that spring. That would be how P waves move underground. Thanks, Samuel. Now, when they reach the surface, do they do much damage to buildings? No. That's the good thing about P waves. You could be in a building and go for a little elevator ride up and down, but you're probably safe from P waves because they dissipate very quickly. They happen real quick, and then they're gone. Now, there's another kind of wave that your book mentions, and these are called S waves or secondary waves. Now, these are slower. These are slower, guys, than the P waves.